today right here in South Florida as President Trump makes good on his campaign promise of mass deportations. And tonight we're hearing from a man who says his wife was detained. Good evening. I'm Elliot Rodriguez.
And I'm Lauren Pastrana. CBS News Miami's Chelsea Jones spoke exclusively to that husband. She joins us from outside the detention center in Miramar with what he's asking the president to do.
He wants the president to let his wife stay in this country. He tells me their 11-year wedding anniversary is on Friday and that his wife was in the process of getting her citizenship. This is an exclusive first look at one of many ICE raids happening in South Florida Sunday. This one happening in the neighborhood of Brownsville.
Went up in there and did whatever they wanted. They turned off the cameras, excuse my language, and then they took my wife.
This man who wished not to be identified says his wife is from Venezuela and has lived in the United States for a few years. She was one of 3 people taken from this home. I'm told the 2 others were men who worked in construction. You see them here. This video, only 1 minute and 52 seconds long, we do not see his wife being removed from the home. But this is a picture of her that he keeps in his wallet. Her name is Vianis Ramirez, and he says she was in the process of becoming a United States citizen.
She already had a court date. She was good. Everything's good. He just came in and snatched her.
These are pictures from the Department of Homeland Security detaining other undocumented men and women in Broward County.
It's despicable what they're doing right now. It's very embarrassing.
President Donald Trump arrived at his Trump National Golf Resort in Doral Saturday, set to host GOP leaders for a conference. This man hopes this message makes it to him.
If I get a chance to talk to you, man, yo, please, man, let's work something out. So, you, man, let me keep my wife here in the United States, man. She deserves to be here, man.
ICE reports nearly 1,000 raids in the country on Sunday alone, which is up from just under 300 on Saturday. Here at the detention center in Miramar, things have been quiet for several hours, but we will continue to monitor this situation and bring you the developing news on raids in South Florida as they happen. In Miramar, I'm Chelsea Jones, CBS News, Miami.
All praises, all power, all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakaha Kodash. Yahweh being the name of the Father, who the world everybody calls God. Yahweh, meaning He exists. Bahashem, meaning in the name. Yahushai, who the world everybody calls Jesus Christ. Yahushai, meaning He is salvation. Bahashem, in the name. Rakaha Kodash, Spirit Holy. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone who teach well and rule well, who taught me this truth. Peace and salutation to the Akyam, the fellow laborers, the hopeful elect, pushing this truth to risk their own lives through the 4 corners of the earth. To the Akwatim listening and learning in sincerity and in truth and in silence. Shalom. It's your brother Shema from the GMS Toronto camp here in Toronto, here with another lesson. All right, we'll get right into it. All right, we're just watching that news clip on the ICE raids and the Northern Kingdom gentleman lamenting that his wife got snatched up. Right, and this is the Lord's judgment. Right, you Northern Kingdom. Right, we're entering into the time of Jacob's trouble. Right, all 12 tribes. Right, and you Northern Kingdom, the Israelites are about to catch some. You're about to go through it. Right, all 12 tribes gonna go through it. But this we're focusing on this ICE thing right now, the subject matter, right? Trump has sent his ICE agents, right? And that's just the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai using Esau, who is his sword on the left-hand side. Lamentations 4, verse 17, and it reads, "As for us, our eyes as yet failed for our vain help," right? And a lot of you Israelites trust in this system. You vote, right? You subscribe to the politics, right? That's all vain help, empty help. right? Your eyes, you're looking for balm, aid from your oppressor, and you don't seek Yahweh B'Shem Yoshai. In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us, right? Babylon the Great can't save you. Eighteenth verse. They hunt our steps that we cannot go in our streets, right? And this is just a 2025 rendition of the slave catchers, man. That's all you see going on out here, right? Meanwhile, Esau, this is stolen land, right? The northern kingdom was here first, right? The hypocrisy of Esau, right? We could read that account. You could read that account in 2nd Ezra chapter 14. The 10 lost tribes in the land of Arsareth, right after the Assyrian captivity. They came over here by way of boat around 722, 723 BC. Right, the northern kingdom was here first. Right, and prior to that, King David, King Solomon, King David, they had trade routes. They'd send over Hamites to come and send Hamites, Hiram's navy, to come and get resources from the west. Right, when Columbus knew what he was looking for. He was looking for the 10 lost tribes. He had Hebrew interpreters with him. Right? So that's the hypocrisy of Esau. Lamentations 4 and 18. They hunt our steps that we cannot go in our streets. Our end is near. Our days are fulfilled, for our end is come. Verse 19. Our persecutors are swifter than the eagles of the heaven. Right? And who's the persecutor? Esau, Edom. Right? And these Ice Asians are going to continue to wage war and bring hell on the northern kingdom. They pursued us upon the mountains. They laid wait for us in the wilderness. Right? And this is just, once again, this is just 2.0 of this is just the 2025 version of slave catchers, man. Right? And that man there was lamenting, please talk to me, Mr. President, please talk to me. My wife deserves to be here. Right? This diabolical madman, this Edomite doesn't care. Right? His citizens don't care. Right? You look in the comment boards, these Edomites, they're puffed up. They're speaking from a puffed up status. Let's get that real quick. Concerning oppression, they speak loftily. Psalm 73 and 5. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Right, you Edomites. Right, but the things are being reversed. Deuteronomy 30 and 7. Right, that's why you see Edomites catching hell, strung out, hunched over, living in tents. Therefore pride compasseth them about as a chain, violence covereth them as a garment. Right, and they're very proud, very puffed up. They're always speaking from a position of loftiness, puffed up. Right, and their blessing is a sword. They are the colonizer. They rule with the sword. They move with violence. Verse 7, their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than heart could wish. Right, and one of your blessings is the fatness of the earth, beginning with your elites. Right, the average Edomite has always been well off. Right, Edomites can walk into a bank and get a loan right away. Excellent credit score. You know, they're coming from generational wealth. You know. Meanwhile, Jake is the offscouring of the earth. Jake is in a sunken place. 8th verse. they are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily, right? They're always speaking, oh, just pull up your bootstraps. If you work hard, you can be just like me, right? I was watching, somebody put it up. I can't remember where I saw it. It might have been in the chat. It might have been a video I was watching. But this Edomite is complaining about, he's commenting on, oh, I'm not seeing no more of those Issacharites here in the Home Depot parking lot. You know, it's about time. You know, tired of them lowballing all the work. Right, that's Esau speaking loftily. Right? Back in 9th verse, they set their mouth against the heavens, and their tongue walketh through the earth. Right, their blasphemy. Right, the iconoclasm, the images, the judges. Right, they speak against They speak against the Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. They speak against His truth. They speak against the prophets. Right, their tongue walking through the earth. Their media, their legislation. Right, their unrighteous decrees. That's Esau, man. He's in the power seat, but the Lord have something for him, man. But back in the plight of the northern kingdom right now, the plight of Israelites as a whole, but the subject matter being the northern kingdom. Jeremiah 15:5, for who shall have pity upon thee, O Jerusalem? Right, you Israelites. Right? This man's on the record saying, please, can I talk to the president? Please, my wife. Or who shall bemoan thee, or who shall go aside to ask how thou doest? Right? These other nations don't care. They don't care. Beginning with Esau, Edom, they don't give a two flying fucks. Right, let's look at this word bemoan. Bemoan in the online etymology, verb, Middle English, bemoaning from late Old English, bemanen, to express sorrow, for wail, lament, right? To express sorrow, right? None of these nations care. None of these nations give two fucks. None of these nations gonna ask how you're doing. None of these nations gonna put together a plan to better you, right? They stuff you in residential schools, right? Re-education centers. They stuff you in the prison industrial complex. They stuff you in low-income neighborhoods surrounded with liquor stores, and processed food. Right? And they watch you die. They watch you kill each other, kill yourselves, delete yourselves. They watch the gang violence. Jake out here sagging with switches. Right? They don't care, man. Right? That's why we need Yahweh Shai. Right? We need Yahweh Shai. Zechariah 11. Zechariah 11:5. Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. Right? And who's in possession of the Lord's jewels? Who's in possession of the peculiar treasure? The Edomite. Right? Esau, Edom. Right? It says here, slay them and hold themselves not guilty. Right? Jake's always getting the tribes are always getting deleted. Right? And nothing comes of it, man. And then you have Southern Kingdom activists marching with candlelights and t-shirts. Right? T-shirts saying I can't breathe. That's the Lord's judgment. Right? And what's happening to the Northern Kingdom? Right, let me get that real quick in Hosea. Right? You Northern Kingdom Israelites, you love your idols, man. Right? This is the Lord's judgment. Hosea 4, verse 17. And it reads, Ephraim, right, the northern kingdom, Ephraim being the head tribe of the northern kingdom, right, you northern kingdom Israelites, is joined to idols, let him alone, right? You northern kingdom Israelites, love your Guadalupes, your Mother Marys, your prayer rosary beads, right? So this is the Lord's judgment. Right? Back in Zechariah 11:5, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty, right? And we're in possession. We are the possessed, right? Esau Edom is in possession of the Israelites. And they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord Yahweh, for I am rich. And their own shepherds pity them not, right? And the leaders of our people cause them to err, right? These pastors, these so-called black activists, these politically tied reverends, right? Those are our own shepherds. They have no pity on the flock. They have no pity on the Israelites. It's all about Esau land in their pockets, right? And Esau says he's good because the Lord's not dealing with his people, so they continue to exploit. Psalm 94, right, and victimize the Israelites. But once again, it's the Lord's judgment. Psalm 94, verse 5. They break in pieces thy people, O Lord Yahweh, and afflict thine heritage. Right? All 12 tribes are afflicted. All 12 tribes are broken and in pieces via the hands of the Edomite. These other nations have a part in it, yes. But the chief offender, Esau Edom. Verse 6. They slay the widow and the stranger and murder the fatherless. Right? Who's the widow? Who's the fatherless? The Israelites. Right? In a sunken place. Right? Not knowing who they are. Discontinued from their heritage. Broken. Victimized. Being devoured by the heathens. Beginning with Esau Edom. Verse 7, here's the point. Yet they say, the Lord Yahweh shall not see. Right? And this is the mindset of this Edomite. The Lord's not dealing with them. So let us continue to eat them. Right? Let us continue to prey upon them. Neither shall the power of Jacob regard it. Right? So they think, and that's the mindset of these elites. Right? But we're almost at the end of this thing, man. We're going to continue to see prophecy ramp up. We're going to continue to see all hell breaking loose the closer we get to the end of this thing. Right? Right, because the Lord has recompense. Let's close with that. Jeremiah 30. The Lord has recompense on these coming for these heathen. Matter of fact, let's read from verse 15. Jeremiah 30, verse 15, points in 16. Why criest thou for thine affliction? Right, and that man there was lamenting for his affliction in the video clip. Thy sorrow is incurable for the multitude of thine iniquity. Right, we ran after the chief offense, running after false gods. Because thy sins were increased, I have done these things unto thee. Right, this is the Lord's doing, man. Right? Because we've gone off, Israel being a people before it's a place. They've gone off running after idols. So only the elect on this side are going to repent and remember their power. Verse 16, therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured, right? You are the nations. And all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity, beginning with Esau Edom. This is the recompense, man. So as much as you want to say the power of Jacob doesn't regard it, doesn't see it, right? The end is written, right? Esau Edom's going into hardcore slavery in the kingdom. These other nations, they're going to be in slavery for the first 1,000 years, and there'll be tributes and tributaries at the end of that 1,000-year period. They'll return to their lands, but there'll be tributes. They'll be under the foot of the Israelites. And they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, right? And they that robbed and took from you, they're going to be a spoil. And all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. For I will restore health unto thee, and I will heal thee of thy wounds, saith the Lord Yahweh, right? That's the kingdom, right? Restored. The laws written in our inward parts, new bodies. Because they call thee an outcast, saying, this is Zion, whom no man seeketh after, right? And that's the plight of the Israelites today. These can't be God. These regular average heathen nations, these can't be the Lord's chosen. Not them. They're niggas. They're ninjas. They're spicks. They're wetbacks. They're the last hired, the first fired. Look at the plight of them. They're drinking themselves to death. They're in reservations. They're in the prison industrial complex. Right? They can't be the Lord's people. Right? The elites know, but these regular average heathen nation Edomites, they don't know. They just look at us like ninjas. Right? But yeah, that's it on that. With that, call Allah Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Ba'Shem Rakah Kodash. The blinders to the apostles and elders of great millstone teach one rule well. Shalom to the hopeful elect.